have never had a hard time rooting for Dexter. Are you supposed to struggle with it?
She's asking for a friend.
I'm like,
yeah.
My mom's like, he kills people. I was like, yeah, that's cool, right? Like,
well, he doesn't kill good people. He
kills
kills bad people.
And
He's got
accidentally.
the code.
And he has a code, and he has a code, right?
All right, thank you guys so much for coming in today, and congrats. We are very excited about the show. I want to start off with when all of you, or if you did, watch Dexter for the first time. Patrick, let's start with you.
Okay, yeah. I remember my brother, who's older, he's like 4 years older than me, was watching it when I was growing up, and I think I was like 8 or 9, and I remember coming into the room and being like, what is this? And my mom coming in and being like, no, what are you doing watching this? Get out. And then years later, I started watching it as well because he watched the whole thing and was like a huge fan of it. And yeah, so I watched it years ago, and when this came around, I couldn't believe that they were doing this. I was like, this is the coolest thing. But I was like kind of nervous about the idea of it because I was just like, I loved this show so much and it was so incredible. And then I read the scripts and I was like, okay, I have to do this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sarah, what about you?
I watched the original. I was a big Dexter fan. I loved the idea of this good bad guy or bad good guy, a complicated character that you rooted for even though you knew what he was doing was wrong, because secretly we all really want to. There's people we all have on our lists, right? We all have a few on our list.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I better be nice to Sarah from now on.
Yes, you should.
What about you?
I think it was in college that, like, because I didn't watch it when it originally came out. I was a child, and I watched it all when it was already out, and I was floored by it. I'm obsessed with it. And maybe this is bad. Have never had a hard time rooting for Dexter. Are you supposed to struggle with it?
She's asking for a friend.
I'm like,
Yeah.
My mom's like, he kills people. I was like, yeah, that's cool, right? Like,
well, he doesn't kill good people. He
kills
kills
bad
bad
people.
people.
and
He's got the
accidentally.
code.
And he has a code, and he has a
got a
code,
code.
right?
He's
You know,
messed
so-
up before.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
made some mistakes.
But we all do.
Who hasn't?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian, what about you?
Me, I loved the show. I was a huge Dexter fan. I thought it was great. So yeah, so when this came around, it was surreal, exciting. You know, I mean, it was one of those shows that you kind of wished, like as an actor,
Yeah.
you wished you were a part of it. You know, like, oh my God, this is just great, and the writing is great. So the fact that they've done this prequel situation was beyond belief.
And the fact that they're doing it right with the original writers, with
Right.
the original showrunner, that it's really not, it has the core values of the show.
Oh yeah, it definitely complements, you know, the original show, but it also gives more insight into those characters that even Dexter didn't know certain things had happened prior to him being born. So so it's going to be really interesting, I think, for audiences to make a lot of those discoveries.
Definitely. I mean, with the exception of Sarah, you guys are playing characters that obviously have been played for many years and are beloved. So I'm curious, like, were you studying mannerisms? Were you studying anything? Did you want to kind of make it your own? What was the process of doing that for anyone who wants to take it?
All right.
Yeah, here you go. Take it.
You know what's so crazy? I feel like I said this yesterday, but I think when you get an audition, it could go any way. The character could be whoever, and I found that really freeing, actually, that like Jennifer Carpenter created this character so firmly, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know, I feel like there's something about the way the lines are written. You just say them how they're supposed to sound. Mm-hmm. That doesn't maybe make sense, but
No.
I think Dexter was like, I didn't feel like I had to study because I felt like it was already ingrained in me and in the script. Right. And yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a compliment to the original show, but also original. You know, I mean, Michael Lehman, the director, just kind of said to us that it is Dexter, but we are in our own universe here. You know, so we don't have to do an imitation of anybody. I mean, we're free to bring to it what we want to bring to it in order to make it original.
Yeah.
The Dexter multiverse.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Dexter multiverse.
Dexter
And I think
universe.
we've revealed now that Michael's doing the inner monologue, the voiceover, and so I spent a lot of time listening to the sweet sound of Michael's voice in preparation for this. I don't think there's anybody that I have put headphones in and just listened to their voice all day. It was a unique experience, and it's honestly been so much fun because, like Molly said, it's just like in the DNA of the writing, and then to get to bring your own kind of flavor to it while also supporting and honoring what he already did has been such a fun challenge, and very exciting.
You just tell Michael he has to match you now.
I know, yeah.
That's what you gotta tell him.
I spend so much of my time listening to my own voice. It's so crazy, you know? That's what I do. But that's how I learn my lines, you know? So I walk around, I got the headphones in, and so it just made me think about that.
I too, at night, put headphones on and listen to Christian Slater's voice.
That's nice.
We all be so
No.
lucky. Sarah, for you, is this the first time you're playing police? I felt like it was, but I was like, maybe I could be.
Yeah, actually it is, but I'm the forensics expert,
Okay.
so I'm the scientist. This is because you believe me as a scientist, right? I mean, I do sciencey things.
Fully.
And you're the one who has his job.
I have his job.
So he's growing into his job. She's the one who sets the tone.
I'm the lowly intern, and if there's anyone who can boss an intern around, it's definitely you. I am.
Yeah, what can you tell us about her?
What's fun about playing, because we're playing in the 90s, and what's interesting is I'm used to playing these formidable women, and she's no exception, but she's almost an even bigger exception because women didn't run departments in those jobs. They certainly didn't run the science departments, and they certainly didn't do it in Miami. And so you realize that she's got to be pretty tough to be able to hang with the guys. Although it's great for me because I'm on set all day long and I'm the only girl. Like it's actually my dream job. It's great. No, we never work on the same
but that's
day.
true. You guys are never in the same vicinity.
it's
We just
really
wave to each
sad.
other in passing.
Yeah,
right, that's
I
right.
heard Sarah Michelle Gellar was going to be on this show, and they said, and you'll never work with her.
I had it in my contract though. She doesn't know about it.
I mean, since it is the 90s, I mean, Tanya's probably going home and watching Buffy then, because she's a boss.
Oh, yeah.
Not till later because this is 91.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So early.
91.
Down the line.
little
Whoa.
bit.
A little ahead of in the future. It depends how many years this goes. Then you're really in the multiverse.
This Dexter has had this newfound, the whole Dexter universe, as you guys say, we'll say DCU, is really grown, had this new life again. Why do you guys think it is that this show resonates and this universe resonates with people right now?
Because there's a lot of people we want to kill. No, do not use that. Do not say that I said that.
I think there's something like kind of timeless about just the idea of the outsider and being in Dexter's head. He is somebody who on the surface is probably the least sympathetic character you could imagine, and yet when you come to understand him and you understand what the alternative is for him, which is just senseless evil and just killing anyone, the fact that he channels these urges into the kind of force for good and he is that anti-hero, I think that's just like a character that will forever be endearing to us and intriguing.
And it's a show about complicated people. It's a family. It's about a complicated family. I think that shows right now are so huge, and to break through, it's really hard right now because there's so much to watch. So shows are getting bigger and grander, and I think there's always that call where you really feel like you know these characters innately, and you can go back and keep watching it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. All right, my last question. What is on your watch list right now?
I'm watching The Boys.
Boys, yeah, that's pretty good. Slow Horses. Like Slow Horses. Think it's great. Good show. Yeah.
I want to watch Presumed Innocent. Everyone's telling me that's great.
Oh,
That's up next for me.
Fun.
Yeah.
I have the tackiest answer of all time.
Okay, go on.
I have been watching, not by choice, Love Island because my daughter, this is the best story though, because my daughter went to sleepaway camp and she said, Mom, you have to tell me what's happening. Can you watch the show for me? So I was like, sure. I didn't know it was on 6 days a week. So my entire life has been dominated by watching an episode every single night and then having to write to her and tell her what happens.
An essay on Love Island.
Essay on Love Island.
That's
and
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's
this is what happened.
Yeah, and but nonstop. When I said yes, I did not know it was on 6 days a week.
Yeah.
You should start writing TV recaps. You
Wow.
can get paid for that.
I should.
Below Deck Med, I really enjoy that. I do love Below Deck.
He's just trying to save me from my tacky
No,
ass.
no, I just, yeah, I think it's a great show.
I love that. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
To go.